welcome back to The Breakfast Show. Now, if we were going to get anyone on this show to tell us which member of the Eurythmics used to work in a fish factory, it would definitely be our next guest, the rock-whizziest of them all. It is Mr. Brian Nankervis. How are you, Brian?
Very well, Emma. How are you?
Very
Justin,
good.
Declan.
We're loving this new book, this
good.
Rockwiz book.
That's good. We loved making it.
Yeah, was that you just got all the questions straight off the top of your head?
That's
just
right.
Penciled them
Yep,
down.
Yep. I just sat down one day with the Hardy Grant people, and I just talked for about a couple of days.
Yeah.
And she dictated and wrote down, and then we put it out.
Now, on that, what is your area? Because you obviously do write a lot of the questions and work on the content. What's your area of your very specific music expertise?
Well, it would have to be Bob Dylan, and it would also have to be the Rolling Stones. And in fact, I went last night to the showing of Gimme Shelter, the Rolling Stones movie of the 69 Altamont, or the 69 tour, culminating in the guy getting stabbed at Altamont. And I realised that really I could narrow my whole font of knowledge to that one movie. I reckon I know more about that movie than I know about anything, which is sort of sad.
How many times have you seen it?
8 maybe.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It was fascinating last night because Sam Cutler, who was the road manager for the Stones, who was in the movie, did a Q&A. You know, this is 37 years.
Did you ask a question? You did, didn't you?
I couldn't. I was going to, but all these... I'm a rock tragic, but there's a whole lot of rock tragics who ask questions, culminating in the guy who said, now, Sam, the Stones were great, but what about Brian Jones, who was dead by the time this movie? I mean, I am biased, and I do love Brian, and he's a very special, special man. And Sam said, well, he was a great guitarist, but he was just an arrogant prick.
Was that right?
And you could see this guy just dying, and Sam just kept going. It was just shocking. He was rude. He was...
Wow, there you go.
That's a bit face to face, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to hear that. I've got to ask you, being a music aficionado, what was the first ever gig that you went to?
The first gig I went to was in a scout hall in Buchanan Avenue, North Balwyn. I was playing at my friend's house, Warren Higgs, who turns up in the introduction. And we said, let's go to the hall. And we walked in and there was a band playing, and they were called MPD, which stood for Mike, Pete and Danny, and Mike was Mike Brady, who went on to do the Kazali thing, and they were singing, I think they were singing the Rolling Stones song Satisfaction.
Because Buchanan Hall has always been seen as a launching pad.
Always. That's right, the Cavern, CBGBs and the Scout Hall.
And the Scout Hall. No sticky carpet though, because they need to use it for basketball.
That's exactly right.
So I'm going to hand the book over to you because I know that you've written a little scorecard already. I can see what's going to happen here. But this is chock full of a whole lot of quizzes and a whole lot of quiz questions. And actually,
did you see the little CD at the back?
Yes, the little CD at the back. Now, does that have little riffs on it?
It has 70.
That's a lot.
70 riffs. Which camera should I be looking at?
Perhaps
that one there?
Yeah.
Okay, if you flip up this, design fault, Hardy Grant, it does get stuck and it tears. But if you do that really slowly, is this being captured? Should I be
Yeah,
going?
it's fascinating. Look at that.
Man, the technology. Where's Greg D? When you you see?
You're almost
Torn. But in there, this is appalling. Hardy Grant, are you watching? That's the CD that you get with the book, and there are 70 riffs.
Justin,
that's pretty good. Hang on, let me.
Publishing work experience.
It's true. There are in fact 70.
You can see all 70.
Yep, 70 on
Love
there.
Brian, if I can ask you just before the quiz, that you've obviously, on the show, it's had some, I think people watch it because you've had such great moments with the duets, and it's got a bit of a sort of by the seat of our pants.
It has a bit.
It's got a real rock and roll spirit to it, which we are not averse to in here. But what would you say, across having been involved in the shows, what's one of your favourite moments in the show?
Well, I think it's actually happening this week. It's a repeat, but when Chrissy Amphlett from the Divinals, she was sitting in the middle, a bit like you, Emma, and the chap to her left, a bit like Declan, no offence.
Had just escaped from prison.
Got one right, she gave him a little pat. Then he got another one right, and she gave him a little kiss. And then he got a third one right, and I just happened to look away, but I heard this almighty roar turned back to find her head under the panel, just around his area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Declan, doesn't matter how many questions you get right.
Okay.
You're not
I'm
doing
staying.
that.
I'm staying above.
yeah.
Pete.
Okay, well, all right. It's disappointing nonetheless.
I reckon that
Plough
would
on.
be Martha Wainwright made me cry. Angry Anderson, was
Made you
incredible.
scared.
Yeah, and I think they're actually showing the Paul Hester one, which was pretty
okay.
special too, because it was a couple of weeks.
And your favourite duet?
I reckon almost the Mia Dyson and the James Rain Woodstock.
Okay.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Did we mention that they're out on a CD and a DVD?
You didn't, but you
There
may.
you go.
Just
ABC
here,
stores.
that's great.
But
That's
they're
correct.
slightly easier to open than the
Yeah.
CD at the back
That's
of your
right.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Are we
don't
buzzers
you-
or?
I don't know how much time we've got, so we're going to have to
What do
look
you,
through
or you,
this.
you buzz just with a
Wait,
buzz.
no, go for
Okay.
it. Easy.
Okay. Question number one.
Uh-huh.
What did Spandau Ballet want to cut short? What did they want to cut short? Spanday, they wore kilts.
Yes.
They wanted to cut short a long story. This is going.
Long story short.
Who said, and I quote, I never had a problem with drugs, only cops. Who said, I never had a problem with drugs, only cops.
Buzz Keith Richards.
Correct.
So I'm gonna go.
Declan,
Deco.
you're off.
You're off.
I'm off.
DJ, singer, and slightly pretentious vegan Moby is related to the author of which classic novel?
Buzz.
Herman Melville.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Can you
You're
now
away.
say that?
Jeremy.
Can you now say that in English, does he?
Who was it?
Herman Melville.
And what was
you.
the book?
Moby Dick.
Correct. I won't give you extra points. Who closed Woodstock with his own version of the Star Spangled?
Jimi Hendrix.
That
I
is
knew that, but I was
absolutely
too.
correct.
I was yeah.
All right.
Buzz is broken.
What was the title of the first In Excess single with new lead singer
Oh,
J.D. Fortune?
It was.
It's with Declan.
Yeah, Buzz. It was.
That's too long.
After the show, it's
it
something.
goes to Justin.
Dirty Vegas.
Pretty Vegas.
Emma.
Thank
Oh,
It ain't
Vegas.
pretty. Pretty
I'm
Vegas.
very disappointed in that.
Misheard lyrics. And by the way, the score is Justin 2, Emma 1, Declan 1. Misheard lyrics. What should this lyric be? Who sang it and in which song? She's got electric boobs and a no-hair suit. Yes.
I read it in a magazine.
Well, that's the next line. In fact, I'm taking points off for that. I didn't ask for the next line. I said, what should it be and who sang it?
Elton John,
Yes, correct, Emma.
Benny and the Jets.
Correct. Emma
Oh, so
goes
the
to
song.
3. And what should it be?
It should be.
She's got,
She's got electric boots.
yes, and a,
and a mohair.
correct.
Something.
Emma's on 5. Justin 2. Declan
I love
0.
it.
Wow. It's all
Misheard
turned around so
lyrics.
fast.
What should this lyric be? Who sang it and in which song? Slow talking Walter, the fire engine guy.
Oh.
Slow talking Walter.
Can you sing it for us, Brian?
Can slow talking Walter. Justin.
Smoke on the water.
Yes.
That's it.
Bye.
Not Brian Nankervis.
Bye.
Yes.
Too late. It's with him still.
Smoke on the water by.
Goes to Declan.
Yeah.
Deep Purple.
Correct. And what should the lyric be?
Smoke on the water, the fire in the sky.
That I'm going to give you 2 points.
back in action.
3, 5. How long have we got? Is Greg
How long-
D in the building?
We've still got 1 minute.
1 minute. Here we go.
Greg's saying go ahead.
Right, this
Here
is the
we
world
go.
championship question now.
Okay, the big question, the final question.
The final question, this is worth 4 points.
Oh,
Which character in Peanuts is distinguished by his precocious piano playing skills?
Linus. No.
Incorrect. I'm sorry, you lose all your points.
No, it is now. Ah, crap.
I was so going to say
Were
Linus.
you going to say Linus
Blanket.
too?
Can I have another crack?
You lose all your points
Oh!
as well.
Can I have another?
Yes,
Schroeder.
That is absolutely
Schroeder.
correct. 5 points, Justin.
Oh, I
Good
came back
work,
from
Josie,
nowhere.
you
Cinderella
did.
story. There you go.
Oh
It's the
my
Mo.
goodness.
The Mo powered me through that.
Maybe it is.
Brian Nankervis.
Why did you look at my head then?
Well, it's, once you've been a stand-up comedian, and Declan would know this, and you should too.
Oh, you're right.
You look at a bald head, and just a whole lot of things go through your head. Toupees,
Yeah.
Bowling balls.
That's
And
right.
bad mo's.
Shane Warne,
Yeah.
Greg Matthews. It's great. Is Shane Warne doing the hair?
Yeah.
He is.
He is.
Well, he's not.
He's
he is, but
doing
he
the
doesn't say
preemptive
yeah.
strike of it
Yeah.
because he hasn't lost it.
But
quite
he's doing
yet.
the ads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
He's doing the ads.
He is.
Why
'Cause
would Shane Warne need to do ads like that?
Oh, I know, because he's a pathological
He's
Attention
insane.
seeker.
personality. Yeah.
It is
Brendan
time to wrap this
Frivola.
up.
They're
Thank
all
you
insane. Sorry,
very
we've gotta
much.
go.
Thanks for coming in, Brian.
Thanks for having
the
me.
quiz and congratulations on the series and the book and all of the other paraphernalia that goes
Pleasure.
along with it. Send our very best to Miss Julia Zamero.
I will.
We love her just
Oh,
the
she
most.
speaks very highly of you too.
Oh, bless. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, checking in with the news headlines. Don't go away.